Hello. StreamYard is working, and that's a good thing. The amount of panic that I had yesterday when StreamYard and all of Google decided, peace out. It was a fun day yesterday. Hello, happy Friday the 13th, and happy Faceoff weekend. It has officially started. When we go into our first sprint, I will put the form for Faceoff because we have a separate one. But it is a side quest. It is time for a side quest. If you are still reading for your leg or for your sightseeing, that is perfectly fine. But just because there was a little bit of confusion about how Faceoff works and what it is that, like, the points and everything like that, because people are like, it's 5 points, but if I read something else, it's 200 points or something like that. It's different. Okay. These are all different scores. Those 5 points aren't going into your team score. They're going into a separate one. And then whoever has the most points for Faceoff gets a lump point into the end of their leg. Does that make sense? Did I explain that well enough? I've only had 1 cup of coffee, but I did take my Adderall this morning. We're joined by Katie, and we might have more friends along the way. But hello, happy Faceoff. I have decided how I'm going to be doing it is, because the game board is broken up into the 4 quadrants, I am going to give the points to whatever color I'm in.
Ooh, love that.
Mostly because I also wanted chaos spinner wheel, and so I didn't want to spin. I'm spinning for the regular thing. I don't want to spin for this.
I love it. I love that there's so much little pieces to it. So
yeah, I was like, how do I want to do this? Because I've always done a spinner wheel, and then I was like, oh, actually, I could just do it this way and just make it easy. So that's how we're doing it. I am going to be starting with the Z Word by Lindsay King Miller, for the Steel Watchers. Have you rolled? Do you know what you're reading yet?
Oh, I sure did, because I gave YouTube members the opportunity to vote for where I'm going to go. Nice. Because I was like, why not? Why not? I'm terrible at making choices, so please do. But I'm going to try and get to the wall first, because I'm picking a short book, like a short little Christmas novella.
Love it.
And it's a single dad. So
love that. I am still trying to get to the wall as well. I might go back and forth.
Yeah.
I ventured into Omegaverse, and I'm reading One Pucked Up Pack for the wall.
Hey. I love that. I saw this small town Omegaverse book, and I was like, I have to read this. This needs to happen. So yeah.
The funny thing is that Monica and I randomly both picked this up together, and we were talking about it on Threads without mentioning the book, and then realized that we were reading the same book.
I love this. I love this so much.
She's like, yeah, I got this Omegaverse, and it's a ski resort, and it's, I'm like, wait a minute, I think that's the same.
It's like, what are the odds, truly? But I love that.
But yeah, this is the Bookish Box edition, and I was like, this is a wintry setting.
It is. I mean, it's so pretty too. So, but yes, I do plan to go back and forth. I just want to get to the leg first, and then make up my mind from there.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go back and forth. We'll see. I have maybe 4 hours left of One Pucked Up. It's not a long audiobook for some reason. I was like, it doesn't look big, but it was 14-hour audiobook. Oh. I didn't get to it, but hellos to everybody, starting with a kindred, because I'm leading the discussion for a work program on Monday. Important. Mm-hmm. Happy Face-Off. Probably just my first roll. You got 48 hours. Full loop and back to start. So re-roll. There you go. That works. Yeah. If you notice, the lines do not connect within the quadrants. You have to go back to the circle. Hello, probably just going to catch up on the legs. Need to work on my Shire book. That's fine. Hello, making my way to the wall. That's all right. Hello. Putting aside my wall book for Guillotine for Face-Off. Deb, please send me all of your thoughts. This book is unhinged.
Which would be a good reminder, though, everybody who hasn't already. Don't forget, Bree dropped a video. So maybe in the first sprint, you go watch it.
I did, and there's secrets in there.
There might be, yeah.
Hello, Leandra. Working for another 6 hours. Boo. Took a paid sick day so I could read with everyone. I love this. Several people did this. Hello. Reading Ender's Game. Reading for the first time the Inheritance game. Nice. Hello. Yes. Yes. No, it doesn't work. Hello, still at work. Rude. Finishing up my sightseeing book before I can start Face-Off. Good plan. I don't know. We'll see. Everyone's gonna go ham for it. Hello, finishing up. Listen for the lie. Oh, I liked this one.
Mm-hmm.
Read, submit, hope for the best. It's a good plan.
That's the whole motto right there.
Jonathan is here for the vibes. Hello, focusing on finishing my leg book, Embers in the Snow. Very nice. Okay. Yeah. It was kind of confusing, but that's how we're doing it. It's like it's separate points. They don't automatically go into your leg. Finished One Summer in Miami. Very nice. Hello. Yes, it is Friday the 13th. Truly. Also, I got a flash tattoo yesterday.
I saw that.
She was doing Friday the 13th, but then she's like, oh, but I also have some like openings for Thursday night. If anybody wants, like, I'll just honor the price. And I was like, great. Steel Watchers, yes. Just kids got out of school for the summer. Not sure how much reading we'll get done today. It's sometimes a chaotic first day off. Excited to start manga series that I've wanted to start for so long. Very nice. We have to read our Face-Off books one at a time. You can do whatever you want. It's fine. Yeah. I listen, there's no rules this weekend. Just don't. The rule is don't be a dick. Like, that's it. Yeah, no, a lot of people were reading the Z Word last year for Amazing Readathon, and I got it, and I never got to it. So I was like, I'm gonna start it this year. Finishing my 5 book. Nice. Hello. Watching Love Island, getting ready, but I will be here soon. Yes. Take your time. It's still early. I was like, it's still 10 o'clock in the morning for us. I just finished coffee. Hello. 150 pages to make it to the Shire. Then I'll be picking up my wall book since I got behind helping at camp this week. That happens. Camp is chaotic. Reading Parable of the Sower for a band book. Nice. Roll the 2, landed on Face on the cover. Going to read Graveyard Shift. Ooh. I've heard mixed things about that one, but I hope you love it. Still working on my book for the wall, so we'll be focusing on that. I may need to text you Froggy Romance Rex.
Please do. I would love that.
Cassie, you want to know Megaverse? No, I'm kidding.
Maybe not to start.
It's a contemporary Megaverse, which is very confusing. Be switching between getting to the wall, reading for Face-Off, yes. Happy time zones, needing to read my wall book, yes. I think that's pretty much a common thing. Reading The Woods All Black, making a dent in my novella stack this weekend. Me too. I had a bunch of short books that I got during Realmathon, and then just didn't get to them during Peace Talks. Picked up a bunch of under 200 page books from the library. Nice. Gonna finish Swift and Saddle for Cozy, then starting Face-Off. I hope you love this one. I'm almost caught up now. I just need to read Wild and Wrangled.
It's on my TBR for this month. So.
Yeah, honestly, it's gonna have to be because I've loved the last 2. Yes, I loved this. Court told her boss that she had an eye appointment, and by that she had an appointment with her eyes and a book.
I love it.
Hello. It really is deceptively long, but I'm having the best time, honestly. I have to work on my thesis project today, but as soon as I finish, I'm going for my leg reading. Very nice. Hello. Counting on Unhinged to keep me engaged in the loud car dealer waiting room. Ooh, that's not fun. I have to do this tomorrow. Well, I mean, it's exciting, but it's also super stressful. I have to get a car tomorrow. So yeah, that's fun because my car is a company car, and since I just went part-time, I don't get that anymore. Yeah. I should probably be working on my leg book, but I've temporarily abandoned it for Face-Off. It's fine. It's my vlog, so it's on my channel.
Deb also shared the link too lower in the chat. Yep.
Thank you. Yes. Kids are still sleeping. First day of summer going strong. We love it. Hello. Happy Face-Off. First roll rolled, book chosen, coffee acquired, ready to get started. You are prepared. Reading Inkheart. Then the Pathfinder will start the game board. Hooray. Thank you, Deb. My best friend may have been read the entire Rebel Blue Ranch series. It's truly. I'm pretty sure this is how Cassidy did it too. For the most part. I just have the last one to read now. Thinking of reading Ledge by Stacey McEwen. Nice. Switching between Homebound and System Collapse. Nice. Making my way to the Shire, having a fun time. Hooray. Are you able to be part-time? Yeah, yes. Yeah, because I'm doing stuff for authors now. And so that's taking up more of my time, but is also like supplementing my income. So yeah. Might be able to write off that gas mileage if you have to use it for work. I mean, I don't know. I don't think that's, I don't know. I don't know. I'm only going to the office 2 days. I'm not worried about it. Loving Swift and Saddled, Lost and Lasted out on Libby, and was an option for this weekend. Yes. They read so fast.
Court, do it.
I quite literally read Lost and Lasted like just in 1 day at work.
It's so good.
It was a great day. 8 minutes from the wall. I'll be starting a vibes book for the Faceoff. Nice. All right. That's the end of the comments. And so we are going to be doing chaos sprints today. I wanted to do these for kickoff and I forgot. And so then this morning I was like, I'm going to do it today. So we have the spinner wheel. We have some times, and that's how we are going to do sprints. Or we're going to, this is not going to decide us like how long we're doing it. That's words. So warning, you might want to turn your volume down if you have a AirPods. Ooh, we're starting with a 55-minute one.
I really thought we were going to get like 15.
I did too. I was like, I don't really want that for the first one. Wheel SMR. Yes. All right, so let me switch this. The only problem is that now I have to like go in and change.
Yeah.
The timer lengths every time. It's fine. All right. All right. I will see you in 55 minutes. Hello, welcome back. I had to get a TikTok up for Jasmine that ended up taking longer to edit than I wanted it to. But it's really cool, so I'm okay with that. And then I got to chapter 3 of the Z Word.
Very nice. But yeah, that happens to me every time where I'm like, oh, this will take me a couple minutes, easy peasy. And then the next thing you know, you're like, oh, it's been 2 hours. And okay.
Yeah, we're trying to I wanted to do one that was like Game of Thrones centered because I hadn't done one in a while. And so I found some, I had to I'd already had the clips, so I just had to edit them together. And then because obviously TikTok's vertical and the video is not that show is not, you have to edit it in a way in Premiere so that you're not cutting off the entire thing.
Yep. Yeah.
It looks really cool. You could go to Jasmine's TikTok and go see it.
I will have to. Curiosity will get me. I can't not. So I derailed. Basically, I set down the book I was reading and I decided to do a reread instead of Merry Little Mishap. This is an even shorter Christmas novella, but I've read this one before, so that's okay.
Love that. This is where we were. Got the Wild Card book that we know a little about. The only thing I know is that it's short and gay. Honestly, best thing for the weekend. Hello. Oh, I also put up the submission form in the Discord. I did that. Bought a new car this year. It was the plan. Had to have surgery, so I was going to wait until next year. Yeah, I wanted one for a while, but it was nice not having to pay for a car payment or insurance and stuff. Because Derek's car is already paid off, and so now we're well, that sucks. But his dad is helping us buy one this weekend, and he's in town, so we're well, we're kind of on your time schedule.
Yeah, I did that debacle end of last summer. So it's exciting, but it's fun. I love my car, but I also just wish I didn't have to give money away. And also owning a car sucks so much money away too.
Right. And it's just stupid that it's such a necessity, especially when you live in a place that doesn't have great public transportation.
Mm-hmm.
First head is going to be Witch Hat Atelier. Nice. Have an appointment to go to, but we're reading later tonight. That's all right. We got all weekend. Hello. Reading Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I want to get to this so bad. Hello.
I've heard such good things.
So have I, but I don't know if I'm setting myself up for failure.
Oh, I know.
Reading Zodiac Rising. Nice. I'm going to be listening to One Lucky Summer. Hello. Starting Mansion Beach for a new author. Nice. I think that's the spot that I'm on. ? Yes, new to you author. I just did I'm screen recording my board instead of printing it off, because that way I can have a cute little picture for my little game piece. And so obviously I had to find Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously. Sounds yummy. Yes. 45% of Swift and Saddled immersion reading, but I have lunch coming soon, so I'll probably switch to just the audio. Very nice. Flip-flopping between books between each sprint. Hello. Finished the manga. I'll be doing some work outside next sprint. Fun. Finished Listen for the Lie. Got partway through Bree's vlog. Thank you. 2/3 of the way through the video. Yeah, it's a long one. It's not short. Organizing some papers at work. Catch up on my leg. Catch up with Fireborn. Oh, I hope you love this. Made it almost 50 pages. Fantastic. Trying to get to the wall with Any Trope But You. I've heard good things about this one. Started watching your vlog. Got 70 pages into A System Collapse. Nice. Sad this is the last Murder Bot book I have left to read. Oh no. I stopped reading that one because I got to the novel and I was oh, this seems long, because I would usually use them during things like this.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite was when I forget these open. What the heck is making the noise? It's fair.
Well, I feel this was a new sound. I feel I haven't heard this one before.
I think it's the game show one.
Mm.
I was this feels appropriate. 31%. 2 chapters of Yona of the Dawn. Creepy Cat Volume 1. Love that. Probably finishing my wall book next. First book for Faceoff is a DNF. Oh no. It's okay. Eat the bad books. An hour into Rolling in the Deep. Oh, I love this one. It's so good. 70 pages of Don't Let the Forest In. Came home from work, started my vlog, started Saga Volume 12. Nice. Reading starts for the next sprint. Very nice. I'm going to do lunch in this next sprint. 2 hours left until I get to the wall. I believe in you. Had dinner during the sprint. Veggie pulled barbecue chicken and spring roll. That sounds so good. Had to help my dad with a tech issue, but I read dads and their tech issues. Read 1 chapter of my first book. Work is getting in the way. Tell them that you have things to do. Tell them you have a game board to work on. 30 minutes of reading in. I need to film a book haul today. There was a massive used book sale I went to. You got to do sometimes. 20 pages left in my Leg 5 book. Got to 53% of my book. Plant Magic Guide. Need to get a physical copy for my house. Fun. Decided that the only book I was excited to read was a 600-page. So let's see if I can finish it this weekend. You got this. Good morning. Hello. 7 hours from a week of vacation. Oh, it's going to be a long 7 hours. You can do it. I believe in you. 90 pages into Guillotine. Very hooked. Yes. Called out of work with a migraine. Love this. After a nap and meds, I'm ready for Faceoff. Oh, I'm sorry that you actually did have a migraine, but I'm glad that you didn't have to go to work. Pulled new to me author, started Psalm for the Wild Built. Very nice. Going to Pumpkin Spice Cafe for the over-the-top cover. Nice. Finished daily routine makeover. Gotta love 3.5 speed. Yeah. Buying a car was such a headache. It really is. That's why we're employing my father-in-law to help us, because I have not bought a car in a literal decade. And it terrifies me. Car salesmen terrify me. And I know that because I'm a woman, they're going to try to take advantage. So, since he used to work for Ford and like as an exec, then I'm like, hopefully they won't try to steamroll him. Read Atmosphere last week. It was so good. I didn't know it was queer.
I didn't know
better. Cat Gamer Volume 5. Nice. 20% into the new Riley Sager. Oh, that's right. That also came out this week. Reading All Systems Red for a book under 300 pages. Eva Evergreen. Yes. 12% to the wall. Got a few decorations hung that have been staring at me for a year. It happens. I'm pretty sure I know the answer. Can you repeat prompts? Yep, absolutely. You can move around. Hello, Lexi.
Hi.
How's it going?
Good. I just got Taco Bell.
I love this for you.
I haven't had it in so long, but everyone's been talking about it recently. I'm like, I need Taco Bell.
Yeah. Yes, you can move around the board however you want. In fact, you probably will end up repeating things, but that's why I made them super vague. Read about 20 pages. Start getting ready to go out and pick something for lunch. Lexi, what are you up to this morning?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Have you rolled yet?
I have not. I'm trying to decide if I want to do my, like my regular prompt first and then.
Oh, right.
I don't know yet.
I'm going back and forth because I want to at least like have a good start into Faceoff, and then I'll go back to my wall book because I still have like 4 hours left of it, and I'm like, I want to finish a book on sprints.
Yeah. There's so many options. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
That's fair. Sometimes when the prompts are too vague, you're like, I have too many options.
Yeah, I haven't rolled though, so that'll help too.
There you go. Yeah. Go grab some food. Father's Day goodies. Have so much fun. Plan to be well into my wall book by now. Same. And I just didn't. Caught up on sleep instead. Sometimes you need that. I'm supposed to go to the beach this weekend, but more rain. Oh no. Listen. I beach and rain is not fun. It's not fun. So, I'm sorry, but at least now you have time to read. We can catch up with all the legs with the 48-hour readathon. Nice. Currently reading Silver Elite. It's a long audiobook.
Like, it was like 17 or 18 hours. And the book itself doesn't look that long.
I know. Finished my Shire Read next sprint. Nice. 77% into the 4th Dream Harbor book. Halfway through Food Factory. I'm not done with. Yeah, cars. I don't like doing car stuff. A few more hours to work, keeping these sprints up as motivation. Nice. Get back to supporting Lexi's Taco Bell run. We appreciate. Gonna get Chick-fil-A for dinner, but now I'm feeling influenced by this Taco Bell. Nice. I'm gonna do leftovers because I have them. Listening to Say You'll Remember Me. Very nice. It is very heavy. it's a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's do another spin for our I'm hoping for a long one so I can eat lunch. $60 minutes.
It was too close to the 15, and
I know. I was like, don't move.
Uh-huh.
All right, let me fix these.
Also, hi, Katie. Have you stalked me recently?
All the time.
Cool.
All the time.
Have you stalked me?
Yes,
Yeah,
that is
I'm
what I
her
said.
stalker.
Oh, cool. Love that.
What's funny is when you guys were sprinting a couple days ago, I wanted to be like, Lexi, it's so nice to see you. Like, I wanted to say something, and then I was like, I don't know if that's too weird. I was like, I don't know what level of friendship we're really on. And I was like, I don't want to be weird, but I thought
I support weird. Like, I would have found that funny. I wouldn't have found it like actually weird. And yeah.
Well, I thought about it. I told Adam, I was like, I don't want to freak them out though. I want to like remain friends. So good. Next time I'll do that though.
I mean, I think that once we've gotten the Leandra and Monica romance, then like nothing else is weird.
It was so funny. I can't remember. Monica came up about something. Leandra and Adam were talking in our lore keeper thing about how they love me or whatever. And I was like, yeah, but not as much as she loves Monica. And he's like, who's Monica? And I'm like, Adam, where have you been? Where have you been?
Absolutely. Sweet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's from Game of Thrones. Yeah. So. All right. Where's this one? Okay. I'll see you all in an hour. Hello, welcome back.
Okay.
We gained a Cassidy.
Hello.
I ate lunch in that sprint, and then I got to page 65.
I've been looking for my dice, which like I have other ones, but I'm confused because they're the ones I use for my TBR game. So like,
Lexi, I don't understand how we do this.
you lost yours too?
Literally 3 days ago, I lost them, and I'm doing a vlog where I needed them, and I'm like, I guess I'm digitally rolling. How do we do this? How are we the same person?
Did you ever find yours? Because now I'm scared.
I have one, so I can do this vlog, but for my other vlog, I needed 2, so...
Oh no!
I have more, like I can just take them from a board game downstairs, but I'm mostly confused. I'm like, where did they go? So now I'm going to be thinking about it. So that's my issue.
Yeah,
Winston!
I take them from a board game, but I'll never put them back, and then I'll try to play that board game, and I'll be like, oh shit, where are my die?
That's why I have. No, it's over there. I have like a little box of dice because I, have that problem.
Yeah, I'm blaming my cats.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm assuming happened.
That's
Definitely Miley's fault.
I found the jar that I usually keep them in. So since they're not in there, I feel like it has to be the cats, right?
Yeah, exactly. Has to be. It's not me.
Yeah.
Never me.
Exactly. Like the time I lost my
You
glasses,
definitely didn't set them on the table and then be like, "I'll put these away."
that had nothing to do with it.
I definitely didn't set them somewhere and be like, I'm not going to remember this later, but like it's a weird enough spot that I might remember it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Not at all. I started a book.
What did you start?
Bourbon and Lies.
Ooh, I've heard good things about that one.
And I'm gonna need all of everybody's help this time because for some reason during this vlog, I decided I wanted to see how much I actually spend reading. And so I'm timing every time I read just to see like how much I spend. And I'm like, I'm gonna need everyone's help to remind me to stop that timer and start it.
Especially when you're hosting the sprints, because you like start that timer and then start that timer.
Mm-hmm. I don't know why. My head just like popped up and was like, I need to know how much I actually read during this 48 hours. And now I can't get that thought out of my head. So I was like, timer it is.
Interesting idea.
Do not rely on me.
Why don't you put like a sticky note like on your computer?
I will remove that sticky note so quickly and forget that I'll be like, oh, I need to see this. And then never put it back.
You can put it on the corner next to your trackpad.
That's too good of an idea.
If it's a really bright post-it note, you'll be like, oh yeah.
More than likely, I'll get fed up with it.
Right, which means that you would remember it.
No, but I would take it off.
So tape it so you actually have to think about it.
And
Super glue it to your computer.
It's just like duct taped on.
Like, Scotch tape is fine.
No, permanent.
Katie, how was your sprint?
I made it to the wall. I finished my reread, and then I was working the whole time. So productive, but not all reading.
That's fair. We gotta, listen, we gotta get our stuff done before we can really go into the weekend.
I'm basically just yo-yoing. There's no way I can get all work done to read, so I'm gonna have to yo-yo a lot, or just not sleep.
I'm also doing that, but also like a lot of the stuff, like a lot of the graphics and stuff that I'm making for my authors don't require audio. Like there's not music until I actually upload it to TikTok, so I listen to an audiobook while I'm doing it. Honestly, I'll probably get way more reading done now. 40 pages, switch laundry, made the kids lunch. This is your reminder to everybody who might potentially need to switch the laundry. I should start some laundry today. 8, finished Hothead. Nice. Read another 20 pages of Fireborn. They are a little bit long, but so good. So good. Tried to read outdoors for that sprint, but some birds fell in the sky. I think that's a really good sign to go back inside.
The world is ending. Hide.
1 hour left in Fahrenheit 451. Never read a more relevant book. That is fair. That's a terrifying book, honestly. Read to page 150 in System Collapse. Eating lunch now. Nice. Dice stealing pets. Definitely. I also had the same problem this morning because I have like a fancy, like a really heavy dice that I like to use. And I remember picking it up because it was on the floor under like next to my bookshelf. And so when I went to vacuum the other day, I was like, oh, I'm going to put this up on the shelf. It's not there anymore. So I don't know what happened.
Dogs
Blame your cats.
I didn't have cats.
I know.
That's fine.
Blame them anyway.
I was gonna blame the gnome that also steals my socks.
I think you should cats.
Yeah, you should start blaming everything on your cats and see if people are like extra confused.
25% of the book. Nice. Reading Vanquished Gods for like 5, using power up to read outside the prompt. That is what those are for. Because I feel like at some point during the month, you're going to have a buddy read or a book club something, and you're going to be like, oh, I have to read this book. That was my thought process in them. That's why I use my D&D dice. Yeah. Finished Saga Volume 12. Very nice. Came home from lunch. Rolled for first Faceoff book. Starting in Navigational Entanglements. Ooh. 30 pages of Alatsue. Ooh, that's a dense book for a weekend. But
I
good
like
job.
that one.
It is very good.
Very long time ago.
Yeah.
I think it's actually Libro.fm is doing a 2-for-1 credit thing on certain books, and I looked through it and I think that was on there.
Oh, cool. Started a new book. Nice. Listen, sometimes we got to get rid of the bad books. 30 pages, 20% to the wall. Kylie has never disappeared my dice, but I do have some too. That's funny. 6, so I chose an audiobook so I don't have to use my eyeballs, and I ended up falling asleep for probably 15 minutes. Listen, you need it. Like, if you're not feeling good, nap is the best thing for you. Thursday Murder Club. Joined late. Be reading Famous Last Words. Hopefully I can keep my eyes open longer than I did last night. I believe in you. Hello. Halfway to the Wall. Reading Hellbent. Nice. Adding more notes. Do not remove. No, seriously, do not remove.
Every time I have the urge to remove it, I have to like add
another one. You could write on your hand. You go old school.
A rubber band.
Oh yeah, there you go. 60% of Mansion Beach. Just about to start reading, but I'm on call and had to work. Really wish my job was not my job. I feel this. I had to read about a guy attempting to unalive his family. That's terrible. I'm so sorry. Cassie is in her.
I've entered it.
Well, she also picked a good time to start the series because it just ended. Like Bourbon and Proof just came out, so like it's all done.
Really? I saw that there was 3 out, but I didn't know it like just ended. I don't know. Someone recommended it to me. I looked at that cover and I said, "Yep."
Yeah. It's been popping up a lot on TikTok.
The Foxmen are a good time.
I'm like a couple pages in, and like the humor is already really good. I feel like.
Nice.
I didn't know what it was, but then Katie clapped, and I was like, "Okay, contemporary romance."
It's actually a romantic suspense, but it's in a contemporary setting, so it's all good. But
yeah, it's like she's like on the run. She's in the secret. What is it?
Witness.
Yeah.
They never do find their own toys better. It never happens. Doyle likes to steal my Squishmallow, even though he has plenty of toys on his own. Listening to Ledge. Nice. Reading 7 Days in June. Barbecue meatballs for lunch. That sounds really good. All right, let's do. Sorry. We're going to do another sprint.
It really is loud when you're on the other side.
It really is. 30 this time. So I told people to mute themselves for a second. The problem with doing this the chaos sprints is that I have to like go in and change them every single time. All right. What am I doing? There we go. All right. I'll see you in 30 minutes. Hello. My chapter ended right as the timer went off, and I love it when that happens. But I made it to chapter 8, which is page 103. It's not horror enough for me, but
What are you reading?
the Z word.
Oh, yes.
It's a zombie book, right?
Huh?
That's a zombie book, right?
Yeah, theoretically.
I feel like zombie books are often not horror enough.
Yeah, until like the very end, and then it's like all hell breaks loose. But like up until then, it's just like living.
Very societal.
Yes, I mean, which like it's supposed to be. It's like talking about pride and stuff. But yeah. Anyways, how did your sprint go?
I'm reading this.
Cool cover.
From the perspective of a plant obsessed with somebody.
That's kind of crazy.
Isn't that Kayla's book club?
Yes. Yeah, it is this month's pick.
Nice.
And I am 22 pages in.
Very nice.
I'm 47 pages into Bourbon and Lies. We have met the man and his dog.
Ooh. Okay then.
I didn't move. Like I literally like that sprint ended, and I was like, "What do you mean? Like, am I?"
What did I do?
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if you like made the sprint shorter and was like, "Hey, we're gonna spook Katie. Like, just go with it."
Actually, just a 3-minute sprint.
Yeah, because like I would have believed that. Like, you guys have your own secret chat where you were like, "Hey, just go with." No, I just worked honestly, and then I just saw that Cassie messaged me, and now I feel pressure where I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you got an aggressive text with like every contemporary romance I've ever read.
She's harassing me too. She's like, you have to give me a book to read. You have to pick a horror book for me to read in every single 48-hour readathon.
Anytime I've done something like this, I've read one and ended up loving it.
I was gonna say, you have a pretty good track record.
I know, but I was like, don't do this to me.
I feel a lot of pressure because like giving people books that you enjoy and hoping they like it is such a like scary, vulnerable thing.
I feel like I have a lot less pressure, Katie, because like it's very like out of my comfort zone. So like it is what it is.
We'll see. I just see again. I just want us to remain friends. So I'm like, what if I give you a book where you go on like this like 10-minute rant where you're like, what? Why a waste of paper? Why did this?
Joshua has hated books that I've loved.
Did you watch her last video?
Yes.
That too.
I am convinced that Cassidy and I can't be friends now.
We will remain friends. I promise.
On Cassidy's end, maybe not Bree's.
Yeah, Katie's gonna be like, I'm out.
No. No, again, it comes back to like, so everybody knows my deep love for Heartless, right? It is what it is. I love it. I love Daddy Kate. I'm a big fan. Ironically, my co-host, my partner in crime, Leandra, gave that book like a 0.25.
0.25 stars.
Yeah. So if we can, but now I'm like, maybe I should talk less about things I like. Like, I don't know. Maybe I should keep it closer to my chest. Nobody needs to know. But no, listen, I'm ready to put myself back out there, Cassidy. I'll do it for you. It's fine.
The only like hockey romance I feel like I've ever like really thought about is like the Windy City ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if that's a good place to start. Like, I don't know.
I don't think so because those are bigger romance books. Like, I wouldn't say yes to that. So it really depends. Like, I'm going to have to do some thought process. Cause like personally, I'm really loving Chelsea Curto's books right now, but I'm like, what if you don't love them? Then what do I do? I stay here and I stare at a wall, I guess.
Did she tell you she doesn't like Elsie Silver? So does that help you?
Who doesn't?
Cassidy. So that's good information.
Like, okay.
Well, to be fair, you've read Wild Love and Wild Eyes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So like that's a series I would never have like.
I also
He's like, that's not a Cassidy book.
Well, it's also just not my starting point for Elsie Silver. It's like personally, so like here's my truth. Flawless, when I first read it, I didn't like it. I actually ended up DNFing it at the first time. Then I went back and I reread it because everyone was like, read Heartless. And I was like, okay. I read Heartless and it changed part of my brain chemistry. Like I just love him so I love Willa too. Like I love them. The end. Is the rest of the series super great? I would say that I liked Heartless and I liked Reckless. Everything else was just kind of like meh.
Literally what my friend Destiny says. She's like, I like the one, and then like I don't really care about the rest. But she's like, that one, best thing ever.
But I feel like when you go over to Wild Love and Wild Eyes, they're very different. Now, did I like Wild Eyes? Yes, I did. But Wild Love was like kind of like, okay, like it was fine. But that's, I don't know. So I'll find it. I would say that if you can, I think Chelsea Curto's books are good. I think you would like them. Maybe, potentially. I
will say with like Lila Sage, I liked the later 2 books better, and I think because they were longer. Because like I complain often that I'm like, I could use more substance in contemporary romance than just like fun times. And so I feel like maybe a little bit longer, like not too short. Because like Wild Love and Wild Eyes, like I feel like both of them for me, like by the time we got into like the plot, like the good stuff, it was like over. I was like, oh, this is the stuff I wanted.
Suddenly I'm like, I have to go back and watch like every video you've ever made to pin down all the tropes you love again. So I can be like, okay, perfect. Let's go. It's fine. I take it very seriously, Cassidy. Recommendations. Okay. It's a full-time job.
Enemies to Lovers is really like hate to love.
Which is hard to do in contemporary because like they don't do it well.
Yeah, they usually don't hate each other. It's just like, I'm really attracted to you and damn it, why? You're just
yeah, like I was explaining to people that in Lost and Lasso, they don't hate each other. They never hate each other, but and I honestly didn't think I would be a single dad reader, but I think it's grown on me.
It's grown on me too.
I think I liked the kids in Wild Eyes too. I think they were my favorite part.
Oh,
so.
Exciting.
I think as long as they feel like characters and not plot devices.
Well, one of my favorite single dads, it's not hockey though, so sorry. One of my favorite single dads is Ignite by Melanie Harlow.
Really, I just need to get to I need a chilling cover or like a chilling book, and I was like, hockey romance. That's literally where my brain went.
There you go.
Because I need to get there.
It's fair. Katie's like, everyone should read Single Dad.
I mean, what's not to love? A man who's good. I think a lot of us just know that, unfortunately, it's kind of like the whole joke that men don't really pay attention to their children and they kind of don't know what's going on. So like when you find a man who cares deeply about his kids, it's attractive. The end.
No, what's not to love is that I hate kids.
That's fair.
But see, I think
like surprised I like it.
Well, I think because in Lost and Lasso, it was like the kid was not a focal point of it. It was his relationship with the kid. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. I don't know.
Okay, well, this is good to know. So you would like books that are less centered around children, though. Okay, this is yeah.
I don't like kids very much.
That's fair.
Then we're gonna have to scrap majority of those.
But I liked the kids in Wild Eyes and in like Lost and Lassoed and Wild and Wrangled.
I'm
like comedic relief almost.
Fair.
Well, yeah. I mean, if it's done well, I think that's really what they should be. You know what I mean? But yes, I'm back to the drawing board. Cover, okay, chilling cover.
So she needs a single dad hockey romance.
Well, I just read a single dad, but it doesn't come out yet. It's an arc, so sorry.
Who do I need to text? Who do I need to email?
Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen for that one.
She's like, sorry, I do not have that book funnel link.
Well, it's from I'm pretty sure that one is from Must Love Audio, and you have to like get into it's like a secret group thing or whatever. So you have to, like I had to like wait and be on a wait list, and you know, I'm literally like in my brain, I'm like, okay, that's fine. We're narrowing it down. I got it.
If you have any other questions, ask me. But also if you can't think of anything, I also will not be offended. Unlike Lexi, who does have to give me one because I don't know what to read otherwise.
I like how it would be easier to get a horror book that has a chilling cover.
I know.
Yeah.
But you're like, I need a romance.
Yeah.
Is Lexi would Cassidy like guillotine?
She does not like any of the slasher feeling books that I like. None of them.
Like our slasher.
That one doesn't feel slashery though. It just feels like. I mean, it does.
It does. It has a lot to say in it, which I feel like is her issue with some of the other ones. But like, I feel like not a lot, but some of the other ones I like also do. And she's like, there was nothing in this.
That's fair.
I told Adam to read A Killing Cold by Kate Alice Marshall because I was like, is it all over the place? Yeah, but it's a short audio. So I was like, there you go.
Yeah, I would not recommend that one to Cassidy though.
Listen, all I know about Cassidy is her romantasy. So like this feels so like out of left field.
Very fast paced.
Yeah.
That's it.
There you go. All right, should we do another sprint? Depending on how, this will probably be the last one, and it can't.
I can move things around too. Like my time does not need to like.
I can't because I have a meeting at 2.
Okay, cool. I was just like, you don't have to like rush off.
No, we're good.
You do.
20. All right.
Wow.
We had to get a short one in there.
The fact that we didn't get the 15 truly surprised me, especially when you were like, I hope it's a long one earlier. I was like, you jinxed it for sure.
I did, yeah. No, while I was making it and Katie was on the screen and she was like, I was like, should we do a 15? And she's like, we kind of have to just for the chaos. We have to put it on the wheel.
I mean, if you're going to say chaos, we got to make it messy.
Yeah, I don't think Elle Kennedy is a Cassidy book.
I don't know what's a
But also, I don't, who knows?
Free's like, I know.
Literally not me.
Relatable. Me either.
I only read one.
Other people give me recommendations and pick my books these days.
I've only read 2, so I don't have enough groundwork to be like yes or no.
Wait, you should read the final scene.
I'm scared of that one. I don't know why, but I should.
I don't know if it's going to be like an absolute favorite 5-star, but I think you'll at least enjoy it.
Nat, sci-fi and me have a lot of issues though when it comes to time travel, so I'm very scared of that one.
Because I think this one's going to be too cheesy for you.
My brain and time travel, like if things just like don't make sense completely, like if like
yeah,
they change something and then other things don't change, it like I can't process anything else with time travel.
Truly. Yes, snack side sprints are essential for 48-hour readathons. Oh, that I would pay money to see this vlog.
First of all, it's huge, so good luck with that.
But what is actually huge for you? Like
it's like a 750-page book.
Okay, then that one's huge.
Yeah, it's a big one.
I was listening to it at 3 speed where I was like, it will never end. It will never end.
Also, Deb, I listened to the final scene on audio already, so I don't know what that's supposed to mean.
All right, let's do the sprint and then we'll move over to Cassidy's. So I'll see you in 20 minutes. Hello, welcome back. I did not read in that sprint, but I did make the spreadsheet I added the spreadsheet into the big spreadsheet. There's already been 138 books submitted for Faceoff weekend.
That's so exciting.
I know. So yeah, got all that done. But I was like, I'm gonna mess up. I need to do math, so I can't listen to this.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was just reading this.
Is that cover foiled or is it just catching the light?
It's not foiled, but it's shiny on the eyeballs and the letters, but the rest is not shiny.
You like every time you pull it up, I'm like, ooh, shiny.
Yeah. I love that the eyeballs are.
I know. Andrea.
Literally, I'm always like, is Andrea here?
I don't think I've seen her.
I'll bring it up later when she's here, even if I'm already done.
She'll be done the book and be like, oh, I read this one earlier.
Yeah.
Make sure that you hold it up for a really long time in the vlog so that she can't fast forward through it.
It's gonna be sitting like right behind me.
Yes.
Just like sneakily put in every clip. Ironically, I'm on page 69.
Nice.
And Katie texted me her recs, so I have to look into them now.
Oh, exciting.
The stress.
That's all I did. So that's all. I was literally like, okay, what? Because like the issue is so like hockey, in my opinion, yes, is like one of the bigger romance like it's focused on, right? Hockey is very big, but also like how many have I read? Like at first I thought it'd be funny to give her icebreaker to see where she lands, because like you know how I feel about that, Brie. You know how I feel.
No.
I was like, wouldn't it be fun to just like have her do it, like to just see where she lands?
I mean, listen, the banter could be there, but I doubt it.
Yeah. So then I was like, okay, well, what are some books that like I think could potentially work? And then I was just going through things she said where I was like, this might work, but it also might not work, and this could work, and this. So it's like, it's so specific where I'm like, listen, if you wanted a baseball, if you wanted a football, I have ones I've loved recently. This is harder.
That's honestly like the scariest part, because that's what I was doing with T-Bear Swap, is I was like, there is this element in this book that I know you really like. And like, that's the part that stood out for me. But then there's this other part that stood out for you that you don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, Katie literally says, I'm just taking a shot in the dark here. And I was like, that's just how I read. Like, I just take a shot in the dark with every book I pick up. So it's fine. Because like, I don't know what I like.
Yeah. Well, and it's hard when you're kind of going into a genre you don't read that much. So it's like, and like for me, it's like there was other hockey romances I could have given you, but then I was like, they were middle of the road for me, but how would you feel about that? I don't know, because you don't read it a ton. It might be different for you.
Yeah.
So, it's also true.
It's so hard. Like, because I've read like 7.
Yeah.
It's not that many. So.
No.
Right. 10 pages left. Nice. Hello. Got home. Think I'm good to settle in for the day. Hooray. Pick up the doggy meds. Put gas in the car. All the adulting things, you know. Finally got home. Started Open Throat. There's a title for you. Halfway to the wall. Got maybe 10% more. Not slumping, but I'm struggling to get into what I'm reading. That's always the worst. Finally home. I'm ready to finish my leg book. Katie is very brave.
We'll see if it works out for me, guys. You might never see me again.
Nah, it's just warm up for eventually when you have to do it on my channel officially.
I was gonna say, Katie, do you have a TBR game?
Here. Sure. Why not? What could go wrong?
It can't be worse than Breeze.
It can't.
It really can't.
Okay, but now I feel like we're jinxing it. What if it could?
No, I literally couldn't.
Either.
We're gonna see.
If that helps. Like I gave a 3-star or 2-star and a DNF on page 2 in Sarah's. Like
That's fair.
It's only up from here.
I also feel like there's this nice like buffer between us, because like while we do have some overlap, we're so different where it's like if you DNF things, I wouldn't even be mad. And not to mention, when I watched your video, there was also a book you DNF that I had DNF, so I felt very seen. So maybe,
I love when that happens.
Because I thought it was me. I was buddy reading it, and I was just like, I'm so sorry, I'm out. Like, I'm so bored, I'm out. And they were like, I'm going to finish. And then when they finished, they were like, yeah, I should have DNF with you. And I was like, I feel so validated. But then when you also were like, yeah, I'm bored, I was like, see, she reads a lot. Because I was like, maybe it's just me. And like, I'm out of romantasy right now. So the fact that you didn't like it, I was like, but see, she reads it a lot. So like.
What was it?
The LJ Andrews book. The broken.
Yes. Yeah. No, that was. We don't need. I have so many copies of that book.
Oh no. Yeah, but at least it wasn't. I don't feel like mine was that bad. Part of it was like just my brain space. Just I couldn't handle some of it.
I will say the other thing that I feel like makes Breeze probably feel worse is just that I have been DNFing 3-star books. Like there's no tomorrow these days.
Yeah.
Like, I just like don't have time and space for them in my brain, and I'm just like, I want to love things, or I'm not going to waste my time on them.
That's fair.
So like if it had been a couple months ago, I might have finished some of those, and you would have just been like, this was 3 stars and it was okay.
Right.
But
yeah, I think I'm still probably in that spot where I'm still finishing 3 stars. I'm getting to the point where I don't want to talk. Katie and I were talking about this. It's like I don't want to talk negatively about a lot of books just because of like what I'm doing as a job now.
that is the hard thing about when you get into like our author services and stuff.
Yeah. Is that you're like, I don't like, I'm not going to, unless I absolutely love a book, I'm not going to talk about one if it's somebody I'm doing work for.
Yeah, I think it's really, for me, like separating your author work feels normal, and to not talk about author work unless you love it.
Yeah.
Because you're obviously working for them and it's a different relationship. But I still value critique and negative reviews in like a regular reading that you do.
Yeah, and I think as long as it's something that like it's hard because like if it becomes like if I'm working with an author that then collabs with an author that I like for example For She Is Wrath, like Katie worked with that author before, and if like my author collabed with her and I had like trashed the book, then like
I think that you're trashing books though.
Yeah.
And it definitely is like murkier, but like also it's in the past. I feel like that's also different. Like if an author came to work with you and they knew that you read their book and you didn't love it, that's on them.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Because it also doesn't like change how I can make content.
Yes.
Yeah, we're from pulling Alexi to pulling a Cassidy.
I'm still DNFing too.
It's true.
Me too.
I think it was just that you hit like you had so many 5 stars, and I texted you before it even started, and I was like, you keep having 5-star reads. I'm going to jinx this.
Really though, I think people only see the 5 stars versus like while I was doing those 5 stars, I was DNFing books like crazy in between them.
Yeah.
I've DNF'd so many books this year. I just don't really keep track of my DNFs, so people don't notice them as much unless you're like watching the vlogs where they happen.
That's fair. All right. I put the link to Cassidy's. Technically, I think this will redirect, but you have 18 minutes before it starts.
I'll probably end up starting early depending on if we chat or not.
That works too. But we'll see you over there. We've got sprints for a long time. I don't know. We're just gonna vibe for 48 hours. But thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you later.